Good day, Kenya. Welcome to the second pilot sitting of Youth Impact Parliament, Kenya. Let's start with prayers. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled. Grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory. And we advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Honourable members, we'll go straight to the introduction section. We'll start with the incoming speaker and then he'll coordinate each of you to introduce yourselves. Joseph, please turn off your video. So let's start the introduction.
So thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, the directors, any other speaker of Youth in Parliament, other chapters globally. I'm the incoming speaker, Youth Impact Parliament, Kenya chapter. And my name is Wakili Titus Minor, ready for the course.
Lucy.
Yes. Good. Hello, everyone. My name is, of course, Lucy, the incoming Deputy Speaker in the Kenya Youth Impact Parliament Kenyan chapter. Thank you.
Banis.
Good evening, fellow leaders. My name is Banis Wanjiko Dirango from Kenya. I'm the incoming clerk of Youth Impact Parliament. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. Good evening.
Victor.
Hi, all protocols observed. Good evening. So my name is Victor Juma, incoming deputy clerk, and I'm willing and I'm ready to work with all your leaders and have a great time with you. Thank you.
Melodious. Melodious. Okay, I think she's not ready. Okay. Let's go to Hesbon.
Good evening, everyone. I am Osborne Yabuajemfi, Ghana chapter of Youth Impact Parliament and the Youth MP for Bekum East constituency. Thank you very much.
Bacchus.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Delta Kawira, the incoming Deputy Majority Leader, Youth Impact Parliament Kenyan chapter. Have a blessed evening. Okay.
Teresa.
Good evening. My name is Arenda Teresa, the upcoming Deputy Minority Leader, Youth Impact Kenya chapter.
Thank you. We have two other speakers over here. Let's first take the Uganda speaker. Okay. I think he just left. I think he's having network issues. So let's take the South African speaker, Siyabonga Nzima.
Greeting everyone. My name is Siyabonga Nzima, the elect speaker of South African chapter. Thank you.
Well noted, Hesbon and Melodious. We are having network issues. So, honorable members, I am Jones Amegashie-Viglo. I am the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement, the President of the Senate Youth Impact Parliament Ghana, and also Chairperson of the YIP Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers. Let's move to communications. As of now, I'm acting as Speaker of the Kenya chapter until your right honorable Speaker do take the chair. Please take note that under deliberations on plans and motion for debate would be orientation session and questions. We will not debate today, but I will rather take you through what is expected of you and how the chapter is to survive and make it to the top. So let's take notice of that. Youth Impact Parliament is one that started in 2021, and this April will be 5 years. The Kenya chapter was founded by Right Honorable Alex Ndasiaba, the outgoing speaker, on the 24th of February 2025, which means this month, by the 24th of this month, YIP Kenya chapter will be 1 year of age. And we are happy to see the transition happening. The outgoing speaker has decided to hand over due to the fact that he is a Congolese nationalist who has come to Kenya for further studies. And in doing so, it is in the right order to allow a Kenyan nationalist to become the speaker and lead the chapter. In doing so, when he returns home as well, he will start the DR Congo chapter. So that is what has called for the change of leadership. And we celebrate his call for a Kenyan nationalist to lead the chapter is in the right direction. We from Ghana want to congratulate you as well as you take up this role in the various leadership positions that have been assigned to you. And this is a call to volunteer, a call for development, a call for leadership building skills, a call for you to practice what you have learned, and basically an opportunity for you to train yourself as future leaders of the Republic of Kenya. In this meeting, our future President Ruto's with us, our future Speaker Amazon King Jeffa, our future Speaker Moses Masika, Wetangula. Everyone here has the potential of becoming greater. And we just want to create a platform for you. So once again, from Youth Impact Movement, we extend our congratulations to you. I'm going to read out the new leadership for your notice, and then we'll swear in the speaker first. And after swearing in the speaker, then we'll swear everyone else in. After the swearing in of the speaker and swearing in of everyone, the speaker will take the chair and deliver his acceptance speech, and then we'll move on with the orientation session. The speaker shall preside as I facilitate the orientation session. Please take note that you can ask all questions you wish to ask at the orientation session. So these are the new leaders that will be swearing in. Let's start from the topmost position. We have our new speaker to be Right Honorable Titus Mania Gituku. And he'll be assisted by Honorable Lucy Akoff. The clerk is going to be Bernice Wajinku. Deputy Clerk Victor Wahome. Assistant Clerk Melodious Obengi. Leader of Majority Party or Majority in Parliament is going to be Hesbon Manga. Deputy Leader of Majority, Dorcas Kwarira. Leader of Minority, Leroy Kiprop. Deputy Leader of Minority, Andrea Teresa. The Majority Whip, David Onchiri. And then the other leaders will be gotten as time goes on. I'm a Ghanaian, so my accent is a little bit different. But when your speaker takes the seat, I know you're accustomed to him better. So at this point in time, I will now invite the speaker, the new speaker, to approach the virtual podium for me to administer his oath to him. So he should unmute himself. But I think before we swear in the speaker, we want to know our speaker match. So we are going to allow him to just tell us a little bit more about himself. We just want to know our speaker more, who he is, where he works at, if he's married or he's single, before we swear him in. Speaker Titus, let's hear from you.
Thank you. Well, I'm honored. I'm Titus. As I said, I'm Titus Maina. I'm proud to be the new speaker. I'm a passionate young youth leader of the Republic of Kenya. Am I seeing someone? Maybe yes, maybe no. Yeah, but I'm ready for the task. I'm a law student. I've completed my studies. Yeah, that is what I can say about me for now.
Mr. Speaker, are you married?
I'm single like an olive tree or whatever they say.
Wow, that's beautiful. See, Venice is laughing at you. Lucy, we'll get to you too, don't worry. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful to have a lawyer become Speaker of YIP Kenya. So, as a speaker, please repeat after me as I swear you in. I, and then you bring your name. So please unmute yourself as I swear you in.
I swear you in.
I,
I, Titus Mania Gituku,
having been elected
having been elected
the Speaker of
the
Parliament
Speaker of Parliament
the Speaker of Parliament
of Youth Impact
of
Parliament
Youth
Kenya,
Impact Parliament Kenya,
of Youth Impact Parliament Kenya chapter,
do swear
do swear
do swear
that I will bear
that
true
I
faith
will
and
bear
allegiance
true faith and allegiance
that I will bear the faith and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the people
to the people
and the Republic of
and the
Kenya
Republic of Kenya
and the Republic of Kenya
as Speaker of
as
Parliament.
Speaker of Parliament.
as Speaker of Parliament Kenya.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Honorable members, by the power vested
Honorable
in me
members,
as the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement, I hereby declare duly sworn in Right Honorable Titus Wakili Gituku as Speaker of Parliament, Youth Impact Parliament, Kenya chapter. Congratulations. Honorable members, we'll take all other leaders at once, and right after that, Mr. Speaker will take the seat and then give his acceptance speech before we continue. So, on behalf of all of you, I'm going to allow the Deputy Speaker to also tell us about herself. And when she tells us about herself, we'll take it as knowing all of you as well. You know, when you know the speaker, I need to know his right-hand man as well. So Lucy, it is now your time to tell us about yourself. And please let us know whether you are single or married as well.
Okay. My name is Lucy Akot, but I like to sing Akot as my first name. I'm a student taking community development and health bachelor degree. I'm currently open to relationship. Another one for being single, I guess.
Beautiful. So we'll take everyone else together, the Deputy Speaker, the clerk, deputy clerks, assistant clerk, leader of majority, leader of minority, deputy leader of majority, deputy leader of minority, majority whip. We are taking all of you together, so please unmute your mic as I administer the oath to you. Okay, so I'm going to make the oath short so that it doesn't get too crampy. So just repeat after me. Unmute your mic, don't worry. Unmute your mic and repeat after me. When I say I, you bring your position. Then after having been appointed, when I say I, sorry, you bring your name. Then after having been appointed, you bring your position. Then we'll end it all up. Are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I,
I will
Manga.
home Victor.
Right. Identity.
Lucy Akot,
having been appointed
having been
Having been
Having been
appointed
appointed
the deputy clerk
the deputy speaker
of Youth Impact Parliament Kenya chapter,
of
of Youth
youth
Impact
impact
Parliament Kenya
Kenya.
chapter,
do swear
do
Do
swear
I
swear
swear
In the name of God Almighty.
In the name of God Almighty.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Honourable members, by the power vested in me as Executive Director, I declare you all duly sworn in and as substantive officers and leaders of Youth Impact Parliament, Kenya chapter. Congratulations, everyone. So at this point in time, Mr. Speaker, do now take the chair and give your acceptance speech.
Thank you for this opportunity once again to say or to rather read my acceptance speech as the Speaker, Youth Impact Parliament Kenya chapter. I shall start. Honorable members, distinguished speakers of other chapters, respected directors and partners, good evening. Pursuant to the sacrosanct protocols of this Constitutive Assembly and the cognizance of the fiduciary mandate hereby bestowed, a moment ago, I placed my hand on the Constitution of Kenya and swore an oath. I did not recite just words, I made a covenant with this House, with the ideas it represents, and most importantly with every young person in this country whose silent hopes are the very foundation upon which we stand. My first sacred duty, honorable members, as a newly sworn in Speaker, is to express from the deepest part of my heart my profound gratitude. Thank you for the trust you have placed in me. This is not my gravel, this is our gravel. This is not my chair, it is a seat of our collective voice. I accept this most sacred responsibility with humility, a clear mind, and a heart burning with purpose. The Young Impact Parliament is not a simulation. And let us be clear, honorable members. We are not pretending to be leaders. We are the leadership generation in incubation. This Parliament, the Kenya chapter, and every chapter across the globe represent a seismic shift. It is the global awakening of youths from passive observers to active architects of the destiny. We are the bridge between the pressing now and the promising next. As your right honorable speaker, I do not see my role as merely enforcing rules, though I shall do so with fairness and firmness. Once again, honorable members, in these chambers, we will debate ideas and not attack individuals. We will weigh logic and evidence, not rumors and prejudice. Therefore, I call this first session under my leadership of this House to order under the theme From Voice to Impact. Under the theme From the Voice to Impact. We'll move beyond eloquent speeches that echo only within these walls. Our motions, our debates, and our policies must be engined from real-world transition. We will partner, we'll prototype policies, not just propose them. We'll engage with the national assemblies, civic communities and society, private sectors, and with the very government under his stewardship, President William Samoei Ruto. Not as antagonist, but as a constructive, critical, and indispensable partners in national development. To my fellow honorable members, you are here because you carry a specific dream of your communities. Do not silence them. Bring the noise of the streets into the hallowed chambers. Bring the frustrations of the unemployed, the innovation from the hackathons, and the courage of every young mothers. Let this be the very honest place. And to the youths of Kenya, watching us and listening to us, hold us accountable. Your eyes on the proceedings are our most important checks and balance. This parliament is yours. I urge you, I beseech you to use it. I conclude with a personal reflection from the oath I took. I sought to faithfully and diligently discharge my duties. My takeaway is diligently. It means persistence, painstaking efforts. It means, honorable members, that we will not tire. We will not be discouraged by bureaucracy and cynic. We will be diligent in our research, in our debates, in our pursuit to justice, equality, equity, and opportunity for every young Kenyan. I assume this custodianship not as terminus, but as a progomenon of a new political lexicon. May God grant us wisdom, may He bless our deliberations, and may the fiery hope and energy of every young Kenyan guide our every step. I am proud to serve as the Speaker, Youth Impact Parliament, Kenya Chapter. Mungu awabariki.
Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Speaker. As you assume the chair, honorable members, right now I'm not in the chair anymore. Mr. Speaker is the one who is in the chair. Mr. Speaker, shall we move to the next item?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. Colleagues from Kenya, it's quite amazing to see this happen. In this call, are friends from Uganda as well, friends from Ghana, and friends from South Africa joining this call, joining this sitting, which means this sitting is not just a gathering of Kenyans, but a gathering of the entire Africa, of potential men and women capable of leading our own countries for the dream of Pan-Africanism and the call for a stronger Africa. And it starts from a small meeting as this. Moving straight to the item of orientation, of which we'll be taking questions, is to orient you on who we are and how YIP operates and how YIP Kenya would operate. I'm also going to take you through the functions of each officer, the hierarchy, and how to get the job done, the expectations of your officers. Please take notes and ask questions in order to understand how things are to be done. So starting off is Youth Impact Movement. I'm sure hearing Youth Impact Parliament and Youth Impact Movement, it already confuses a couple of people. So Youth Impact Movement is the mother body. Is the mother body. It is only one in the entire world. It is led by 5 directors, with the executive director leading, and there are 4 other directors. We have patrons appointed from different countries as well, who are mostly people serving in higher capacities. For instance, in Ghana, we have members of parliament who are part of patrons. In India, there are a couple of people. So YIP Kenya is free to identify a member of parliament in the National Assembly, or a senator, or a member of the county assembly who is credible enough, or it can be a business tycoon or someone capable of supporting the chapter that you want to be appointed as patron. And we would give that person that recognition so that he can support you. Patrons are very important people because they raise the flag of the chapter high, and they can identify with you, raising the credibility of the chapter. So I know from here you discuss who to have as your patron. And the patron might be from Kenya, but he becomes one of the patrons for the movement, which means He's not just patron for YIP Kenya, but patron for the entire movement. The movement has two branches. We have a humanitarian branch called Youth Impact Foundation. As of now, we only have it in Ghana. But should you in Kenya wish to have a foundation attached to this brand, we would establish a chapter of the foundation. The foundation in Ghana is led by a chief officer. So should it be established in Kenya, 5 officers will be appointed led by a chief officer. And you see, what we do is not humanitarian. However, you cannot leave out the humanitarian aspect of impact. So the foundation has been created to serve that purpose. So that if the group is to do anything humanitarian like donations, they do it. Youth Impact Parliament, the chapter does it in conjunction with the foundation in that chapter, so that the involvement of a foundation adds credibility to the entire thing being done. So that is Youth Impact Foundation, which is the humanitarian branch of Youth Impact Movement. Now comes to the one Youth Impact Parliament. It is the parliamentary branch of Youth Impact Movement. It is actually the flagship initiative of the movement. It is the training arm of the movement. It is the most popular because you hear of Youth Impact Parliament before you hear of even the foundation or the movement. Youth Impact Parliament is an initiative meant for capacity building of youth in leadership roles, public speaking, parliamentary business, and social norms and values. Youth Impact Parliament operates in countries. Just as the foundation operates on country-based, the parliament also operates on countries. That is why for anyone who is not in a different country, it's best we start your own chapter for you so that it is country-based. And why should it be country-based? It is because it mimics the national structures. It mimics the national parliament. And when you go to every country, their parliamentary structure differs a little bit. In Ghana, we have 2 deputy speakers and a speaker. In Kenya, it's just a speaker and 1 deputy. You go to a different country, the person is called chairman and has 3 deputies. So due to that, we are not able to make it just 1. So due to that, it is country-based. And the practices of Youth Impact Parliament country chapter is done to mimic the national chamber or the national parliament of that country. Currently, we have 6 countries who are part of Youth Impact Parliament. The first was in Ghana, 8th May 2021. Then Uganda in November 2022. And then we went to India in November 2023. Then we came to Namibia in March 2024. Then Kenya in February 2025. And just yesterday, we inaugurated our South African chapter of Youth Impact Parliament. And each chapter has a Speaker of Parliament. And all the speakers come together to form a global group called the Conference of YIP Speakers and Presiding Officers. Your speaker is going to be packed as well. There is another global group for women in Youth Impact Parliament called the YIP Forum of Women Parliamentarians. It unifies all women in Youth Impact Parliament regardless of the chapter. Apart from these 2 global groups, everything else is done per country. Now, how does Youth Impact Parliament operate? It is to build capacity And capacity can not only be built through seminars. That is why it's important to model what happens in the national parliament by holding your own sittings. In Ghana, we have a bicameral legislature. We have the Senate, which is the upper chamber, just like you have it in Kenya. But in Ghana, it's led by President of the Senate. That is the YIP chapter. And then we have the parliament, led by a Speaker of Parliament. And in Kenya, you guys have the National Assembly led by a Speaker, and your Senate is led by a Speaker. However, in Ghana, the National Assembly or the National Parliament is only one with a Speaker. But the YIP Ghana chapter is actually doing two chambers, and it is for a good reason. I'll explain that the next time we engage. Now, Youth Impact Parliament Ghana sits physically every single month. Since 2021 that we started, Youth Impact Parliament Ghana has held not less than 50 sittings. 50 sittings since 2021. That is how serious we are. Youth Impact Parliament has held not less than 50 sittings. And we even have here a staff of the Parliament of Republic of Ghana who can testify to how active we are. He is a very important person and has a very busy schedule. So I'm going to give him the opportunity to give his address so that after presenting his address, he can attend to a very important thing. He is in charge of student parliament initiatives born by Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, and his name is Mr. Mustafa Ahmed, and he's coming to deliver a remarks on behalf of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana to congratulate you on your assumption of office. Mr. Mustafa, please, you can speak.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Jules. I'm sorry for joining you late. As I speak, I'm still in the office. But this session was such an important one that I had to, squeeze time to still join you and share a few remarks. Without wasting much time, I would observe all protocols and then start by saying, I'm honored to join you today on behalf of the Parliament of Ghana through the Public Engagement Department and in my capacity as the coordinator for the Student Parliament program. As we all know, that the Youth Impact Parliament represents a powerful idea that young people must not only watch governance from afar, but also actively participate in shaping it. I believe today's sitting being the second for this platform and officially launching the Kenyan chapter marks an important milestone in youth leadership development across Africa. It is therefore inspiring to see young people in Kenya taking ownership of parliamentary values such as dialogue, accountability, and representation. Platforms like this are building generation that understands democracy, not just as a theory, but also as a practice. I would like to, at this point, congratulate, the newly sworn in Speaker and Deputy Speaker about fairness, discipline, and service. The Youth Impact Parliament lead ethically and serve patriotically. Finally, I would like to say that as you deliberate across Kenya, you should remember that your voices today become Africa's leadership tomorrow. Therefore, you should use this platform to promote unity, innovation, and democratic responsibility. I wish the Kenyan chapter a successful sitting. So thank you so much for this honor.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa, for your love joining us today. Honorable members, Mr. Mustafa was there when the Kenya chapter was formed, and he actually saw in your first speaker, Right Honorable Alex Ndasiaba. So he's basically a father to the Kenya chapter. And today as well, he has witnessed your inauguration as the new set of leaders for the Kenya chapter. Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa, for your love.
Thank you so much, everybody. I wish you well.
Thank you.
On this note, Jones, permit me to take my leave. So while I continue what I'm doing in the office before, setting off from here, with your kind permission. All right. Thank you so much.
So, colleagues, that was just a staff of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana joining us. This is as a result of Youth Impact Parliament building strong ties with the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. We have been mentioned not less than 2 times on the floor of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Our Speaker, Right Honorable Alban Sumana Akinso-Gbadun, is well in the known of the existence of Youth Impact Parliament. Right Honorable Alban Sumana Akinso-Gbadun, as well, is the President of Commonwealth Speakers of Parliament in Africa. And he is also part of the Inter-Parliamentary Union that is headed by the former Speaker of the National Assembly of Tanzania. And it is very good to have people at the top joining us. This is to tell you how serious Youth Impact Parliament is. And it shares the potential of the Kenya chapter of also reaching to the top. So I'll continue with the orientation. So the Ghana chapter sits once every month, and the links will be shared. Go and check our YouTube page and the Facebook page. You see how active we are. For now, we have a unified media presence. It is for a good reason. However, every chapter has a dedicated Facebook group. So your speaker and other members will be made administrators of the Facebook group. However, we have a controlled media space. So all we need you to do is to share our media handles for a lot of Kenyans to follow, to see the work that is happening. It is good to see everything that happens anywhere in the Youth Impact Parliament posted on one page. So if you go, you see from our first sitting, and if you want to see the first sitting of Kenya chapter, the video is also shared. As this program is being recorded, it will be uploaded as well. So that is all we do in Ghana. In Ghana, when it comes to funding is done locally. We contribute to pay our bills because we pay for the venue. We have contributed to sew our own ropes. We have our maize and gavel. And very important sessions, we contribute to pay the bills of streaming, food, water, and all those, which means in Kenya as well, you have to come together. It's voluntary. It's a voluntary organization to contribute to hold a physical sitting. Until then, you have to hold sittings online. It will be important to identify a patron who can also support financially, as it can reduce the financial burden on the chapter. So that is what we do. Anytime we sit, we take pictures, we do videos, and we share. There are other youth parliaments in the world and even in Ghana that are not as active as us. And due to what we do, we have associated with different high-level members, even from the seat of the president in Ghana, if Impact Parliament is known. So I aspire to see President William Ruto knowing about Youth Impact Parliament Kenya chapter, I aspire to see Right Honorable Amazon Jeffa Kingi, the Speaker of the Senate of the Republic of Kenya, knowing about Youth Impact Parliament Kenya. I aspire to see Right Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, knowing about Youth Impact Parliament. I aspire to see the Speaker of the Nairobi City County Assembly, knowing about it, the Governor of Nairobi City County. And if you are in a county as well, I think you can as well speak with Speaker Titus and pay a visit to the Speaker of the County Assembly and introduce Youth Impact Parliament to him. Right after the sitting, you are working on your flyers to share, and that serves as your first evidence of holding the office. Appointment letters will be drafted by Mr. Speaker. The letterhead, standing orders will be provided to him to facilitate any relevant documentation you need for anything. Per the laws of Kenya, I do not know whether you have to register with the Kenya National Youth Council or Authority if you have. But if you have to do that, then you have to work on that. But even before you do that, I'm not sure there's nothing wrong increasing publicity and paying courtesy calls. So you guys have to look at that. Likewise, in Ghana, we have been able to pay courtesy call on ministers in Ghana, including the Right Honorable Speaker as well. So let's look into that. Now, I'll go on to talk about your roles, each of you, your roles. The Speaker of Parliament is a very important icon and officer of the House. He's the number one, he's the leader of the House, he is the head of the chapter, and also a member of the Conference of YIP speakers and presiding officers. As Speaker, he chairs over sittings of the chapter. He is to maintain order at sittings. He is to maintain order at sittings. He is to supervise other officers. He is to conduct sittings and convey sittings, whether online or physical. When you are to conduct physical sittings, Mr. Speaker will discuss with you to agree on the venue, which venue is good, how things will be done, how it's going to be recorded. For now, you don't have any gowns. So if there are gowns to hire, it could be graduation gowns, that's fine. And so you can raise funds to sew your own gowns. So the Speaker is a very important officer, and he has the singular duty to ensure that everything goes on well. The right-hand man of the Speaker is the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, in the person of Honorable Lucy Akov. And Lucy Akov is not a first timer. It's not a first timer. She was serving in, I think, Deputy Whip before she was recently appointed as Deputy Speaker. She's also representing you in the YIP Forum of Women Parliamentarians as well. And the Deputy Speaker presides in the absence of the Speaker. Whenever the Speaker is unavailable, the Deputy Speaker assumes the office of Speaker and performs the roles of the office of the Speaker. The Deputy Speaker as well, as you know, is a member of Parliament. The Speaker is not a member of Parliament. He is an ex officio as per the practices and the conventions of Kenya. The Speaker is an ex officio. Before I continue, allow me to acknowledge the presence of an important personality who has just joined us. He is the chairperson of the National Association of Student Speakers in Ghana, and he is in the person of Right Honorable Edmund Jason. He is here to join the sitting to witness the swearing-in of you guys. So, Right Honorable Edmund, I'm going to allow him to just say a few words as I continue. Yes, Edmund, a few words before I continue the orientation session.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Right Honorable Edmund, as rightly said by my boss, Chairman of the National Association of Student Speakers Ghana, and I'm privileged to witness the inauguration of the second pilot sitting of this parliament. It is a delight to witness the growth of parliament across African countries, and it is at its best moment to encourage participatory democracy. And with that, I'm happy with what is ongoing here. Thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity, boss.
Thank you very much, my brother, for joining us. Yes, today we saw in the new speaker and deputy speaker and other leaders of the YIP Kenya chapter. So we are doing the orientation session. So I'm sure we'll get our speaker in Kenya to also contact you as well for future engagements. Yes. So I was talking about the deputy speaker.
Thank you very much. I'll be readily available.
Great. So I was talking about the role of the speaker and the deputy speaker. The speaker is not a member because he has the singular duty to lead the chapter. But the deputy speaker is more like a reserved person. But you see, when the speaker is active, the deputy has no job to do. That is why, per the practices of Kenya, the deputy speaker is a member of parliament. Is a member of parliament. So when you go to the National Assembly of Kenya, I'm aware the deputy speaker is a lady. I don't know whether it's right, Honorable Jane, but she's a lady. But when you go to the deputy speaker of the Senate of Kenya, he is the senator for this county. It's a very popular county that I've been following. I can't remember the county, but he's also a Muslim. He's a senator representing that particular county. So the deputy speaker is a member, but the speaker is not a member representing a constituency. In Kenya, those of you who are in Kenya, residing in Kenya, in every election, you vote for four different people. You vote for the President of the Republic of Kenya. Five people. You vote for the President of the Republic of Kenya. You vote for the senator to represent your county in the Senate. You vote for a member of parliament to represent your constituency in the National Assembly. Then you vote for the governor of the county. Then you vote for the member representing your ward in the county assembly. So that's 5 votes at every general election. So Youth Impacts Parliament Kenya is actually using the National Assembly constituencies. So all of you, except the speaker and the clerks, are to represent your constituencies. So you need to identify the constituency you reside in. We need it to do the flyers for you, because you have to first be a member of parliament to hold your leadership position. So, Honorable Lucy, Dorcas, Teresa, Hesbon, Joseph, and Victor is not part. You have to get the constituency that you reside in so that we can put it on your flyer. That gives you a leverage as well to approach the member of parliament in the National Assembly of Kenya and introduce yourself to him as the youth MP of his constituency in Youth Impact Parliament Kenya chapter. And if you are within a county as well, the member of the county assembly representing your ward, you can also pay a courtesy call to him. You can also pay a courtesy call to him. And we want you guys to take a very good opportunity of this to expand your social network as well. Just as in Ghana, I, as speaker, I have been able to use that to glance upon the Speaker of Parliament. And before I became Speaker in a different parliament, I was the Member of Parliament in my constituency in Ghana. It's called Whole Central. And I've used that to leverage on it to meet the former members of Parliament and even the current Member of Parliament representing my constituency in our national parliament in Ghana. I've been able to leverage on that to meet him. So it's very important to identify that. Before I move on to talk about the clerks, a parliament is a legislative body. It makes laws. A parliament makes laws, and it is a deliberative body. There cannot be a parliament that does not speak, a parliament that does not take decision. Without that, it cannot qualify as a parliament. So speaking is very important, and it is the primary functionality of a parliament. That is why if you watch the proceedings of the National Assembly of Kenya, you see your members of parliament speaking a lot, because the speaking is the function of parliament. Members of parliament are not development officers. They can lobby, but they are not development officers. So when your member of parliament is speaking in the National Assembly or your senator is speaking in the Senate, that is the job that he has been elected to do. That is the job he has been elected to do. Development is the role of President Ruto and his ministers. Development is the job of the governor of the county and the members of the executive committee of the county. The member of the executive committee of the Nairobi City County for Finance is responsible for the disbursement of monies for projects to be done in Nairobi City County. Are you getting it? The minister, it's not minister. In Kenya, you use cabinet secretary. The cabinet secretary for education is responsible for the development of education in Kenya. You cannot entrust the member of parliament representing your constituency to be in charge of education in the National Assembly. No, it is the decision and the responsibility of the cabinet secretary for education in Kenya, who is performing his duty on behalf of President Ruto to develop education. So the actual job of the member of parliament is to call to order the cabinet secretary. That is why the cabinet secretary is invited to the National Assembly to answer questions on why this university is failing to do this. Are you getting it? So the job of parliament cannot be done until there is speaking in it. That is why Youth Impact Parliament has interest in developing your public speaking skills. In Ghana, many of our members can testify to the fact that due to the constant sittings we do, they have improved on their public speaking skills. Some of you are here, you are very shy, you cannot speak because you have not been trained to. So upon your engagement with Youth Impact Parliament, you have the confidence to speak with your peers. I've presided over sittings of Parliament with substantive members of Parliament and even ministers of state, or in Kenya, which is cabinet secretary, seated by me. And I was confident it was because of the opportunity Youth Impact Parliament has presented to me. So Parliament has that deliberative function. Another important function of Parliament is financial oversight. That is why the budget of the budget of President Ruto is presented by the Cabinet Secretary for Finance and Economic Planning and passed by the National Assembly and also passed by the Senate before President Ruto can spend. That is why before the governor of your county can spend, the governor has to present the budget of the county through his member of the executive committee of the county for finance. And the county assembly must pass it before the governor of the county can spend. It is because they have to present it to the National Assembly, who will check and ensure that spending estimates are judicious in nature and there is value for money to ensure that corruption can be reduced. If that is not done, President Ruto and the governors will be spending unjudiciously, and that can lead to misappropriation of finances and misalignment of priorities and the discombobulation of developmental plans within the country. So your members of parliament, the members of county assemblies, have that singular duty to ensure that the governor does not overspend. That is why when governors are not spending well, as you know, Kenya is following the devolution governance system. Devolution is different from federal system and is different from unitary. With devolution, the national government has an oversight authority over the county governments. We have seen different governors and deputy governors who have been impeached by the county assemblies, and they are tried in the Senate chamber. And when the Senate chamber votes in favor of the charges leveled by the county assembly against the governor or the deputy governor is thereby removed by impeachment as approved by the Senate of Kenya. And that is a very important duty to do. If the county assembly does not do that, the governors will be spending. The governors will be out of control. So you as parliament have that duty to look at what is going on and debate on it. So when you come to Ghana, at every sitting, we debate on very important national issues that are affecting us. We have here present the Speaker of the Uganda chapter of YIP Parliament, who is also the Vice Chairperson, Actions of the Conference of YIP Speakers and Presiding Officers, Right Honorable Dennis Animkama. Welcome. Yes. So we debate on important matters. We have debated about the falling of our currency, our national currency, the cedi. We have debated about fixing of the country. We have debated about the failure of the government to address education, insecurity in the country. And after doing some of these debates, we share them with national officers and members of parliament and ministers of state so that they'll know what we are doing, and that magnifies our voice. Just recently, Youth Impact Parliament presented a position paper to the Office of the Speaker of Parliament of Ghana on an important amendment to be done in the standing orders of the Parliament of Ghana. And attention has been given to it. It is because of the reputation we have given. For the fact that we are not there does not mean we cannot make inputs into national policy. In Ghana, the person who is synonymous to the county governor in Ghana can be referred to as the municipal chief executive at the local level for our local governments. It's actually supposed to be regional minister, but at the local government, we have municipal chief executive. We debate issues and we forward it to the municipal chief executive for his attention, and he responds to it, knowing how important and influential we are in Ghana. So I believe certainly that the Youth Impact Parliament Kenya can also make influence. So Speaker Titus, I call on you to look on that after you have done a good foundation. After you have done a good foundation for your chapter, and it is possible to do greater things. So moving on is the function of the clerk. The clerk of Parliament. The clerk is the secretary to Parliament. The clerk is the secretary to Parliament. And when you go to you see, those of you who have seen videos of the National Assembly of Kenya or your county assemblies, you realize that the speaker is seated on a higher desk. And in front of the speaker is three people seated in front of him. Those are the clerks and deputy clerks. They have the duty to manage the chamber administratively. They prepare the order paper, they prepare records of parliament, bills are prepared by them for discussions. Anytime the assembly sits, they work on the minutes, resolutions, and reports for the record of the assembly. And they also facilitate communication between leadership. So those three people over there who wear the robe play a very important role. You are the secretary of parliament. That is why you are three, because in Kenya, both the National Assembly, the Senate, or the county assemblies is three people that sit over there. So the clerks, that is your duty to do. Leader of majority party and minority party. You have a very important duty to do as well. Back in those days, Kenya had prime minister. As you know, Odinga was the last prime minister. And right after the prime ministership, a full executive system, presidential system was instituted by Kenya. That is why you have the president and the deputy president. Kinduri, is it Kinduru Kindiki? Formerly was Rigathi Gachagua, who was then removed right after, I think 1 year or 2 years, before Kinduki, who was then the cabinet secretary for defense, who have been appointed and approved by the National Assembly to serve as deputy president of Nigeria. Hey, not Nigeria, Kenya. So the leaders, if it was to be a parliamentary system, the leader of majority party would have been the prime minister. But since it is a presidential system, there is no executive serving in parliament. But however, the biggest party in parliament, their leader is referred to as leader of majority party or the majority leader. And in the Senate, there is a majority leader. And in the National Assembly, there is a majority leader. In each of the 47 county assemblies, there is a majority leader supported by a deputy, and they lead the biggest party in the assembly. The smaller parties form the minority, and they also have a leader and deputy leader. The duty of the leaders is to coordinate the business of that party in parliament. Mostly the majority party are in charge of government business. They have to support government agenda. They have to support President Ruto's bills, President Ruto's loans and stuff that come to the National Assembly and the Senate for approval. They have to support the governor's agenda, the governor's bill that come to the county assembly for approval. That is the job of the majority. And the minority are opposition. So the opposition party as well, they champion the interest. But the opposition or the minority, they play a very important role. You know, majority is always obsessed with passing the president's bill or the governor's bill. But the minority, they do better scrutiny to ensure that the right thing is done. Because they are not in government, they see with different lenses. So their input is very important in a democratic discourse for the refinement of government policy and preparement and passage of better laws. A country without an active minority will be a country in heaven. or a country in heaven because they think everything that they do is right for the people. That is why an established minority is very important. I've always been happy with opposition. In every position that I set, people with diverse views, I celebrate them because they help us refine our thought process. The whips are basically they are more like caretakers. They ensure that members come to the chamber when a vote is to be taken. The whips whip members in line so that they are around for business to be done. That is just the job of the whip. Now, when the leadership positions are exhausted, uh, people can still join. They'll just be members of parliament representing National Assembly constituencies. And I believe with this, I've educated you enough for the session and will now take questions. Mr. Speaker, please kindly coordinate the question session. Thank you very much. Bro, I'm speaking too much.
Thank you for the great work, well done, and for also giving us the layout, the vision, the purposes, what is expected of us. So, honorable members, right about this time, we shall go to the question and answers part. Yeah, let's do this. Anybody with a question, please raise your hand. Direct your question, then you'll have your answer. Anybody with a question, or you can as well unmute and ask your question.
I've spoken too much.
Any question, honorable members? If you have a question, just any type of question you have for us, please unmute and ask your question. I presume silence means no question. Last call. I presume silence means no question. Thank you. So, Jones had gotten what you've already shared with us.
Sure. Even if you have some questions yourself, you can ask, Mr. Speaker.
The standing orders with us in the group.
Yes, I'll refine the standing orders, the letterhead, and all other stuff and share with you for the Kenya chapter. Okay, Mr. Speaker, if you don't have any question, you can give your closing remarks and then we adjourn the sitting.
If the Deputy Speaker is in Lucy Accord, you can kindly give us a closing remarks. Let me give the chance to the Deputy Speaker. Lucy, if you're in, like to say, like, let us build a parliament that is impactful to the young people and to the country of Kenya, and as well as to us. Let us bridge the gap. Let us be the change we always crave for. Having said that, have nothing further. Let's plan for our next sitting. Thank you, Sir Jones.
Yeah.
Maybe we can join the meeting.
Before you adjourn, we have the founder and first speaker of the YIP Uganda chapter, and then the current speaker of the Uganda chapter. I think we can hear a little bit from them. Right Honorable Leonardus Asime Kereski, who is the former speaker of YIP Uganda chapter. Let's hear something from you before we close. Then we hear your successor as well, Dennis. Leonardus, please unmute. Okay. Well, Dennis, you can also unmute and share something small before we go.
Yes, a good evening to everyone that is already on the panel. I take this opportunity to welcome everyone that is already on the call. Can see members who have just attended the performance is so pleasing. For the members in the Kenyan chapter, warm welcome to this great participation. Please let's continue our league of youth empowerment, of youth leadership. Let's create an impactful parliament in all areas. Let's make the Kenyan chapter so impressive. Let's also follow the procedures and all the proceedings formulas used by our mother chapter, the one in Ghana, such that we can also create an impactful youth parliament in East Africa. So part of my introduction, my name is Mkama Dennis, short and briefly. A youth leader, youth advocate, and the Speaker of Parliament, Youth Impact Parliament Uganda chapter. It's a great opportunity to have you all on this panel. I also cooperate with the Nurture African Youth Network. It's a Pan-African youth organization. And I'm also on the cabinet team, on the directed the team of NINET. It's a brilliant opportunity to serve with you members of Youth Impact Parliament. And also the chairperson of actions in the conference of speakers. A brief message to all members in the Kenyan chapter and all members who have attended this session. Be ready and be set. You can speak in public, you can give advice to all youths, you can create an impactful change to all members. The brilliant of the brilliant at the end. I'm very sure if you can take back us to our director to know the history, really it was a step at a time. Now they are almost going into a climax because they have already joined the parliament. They can have some members from the parliament to join us. That is really a brilliant opportunity, and we expect someone, a member from us, one time to join the parliament also, to have some youth representations. And we are ready to grab the opportunity. Let's keep the motivation ongoing as we encourage our fellow members. And for the members in the Kenyan chapter, whenever you are around, for the members who are on the cabinet team, feel free to have some great discussions with your friends, with your fellow leaders, the youth advocates, the members who are ready to give more information, and also grab the members who are brilliant, who can create impactful messages to our fellow comrades, also join the team. For the members who are in the cabinet team, kindly please grab the members that are around you who can create impactful things to join our team. That's the greatest message I can share to you. For all the members who are here, it's a great opportunity to have you on a call. Let's continue this, creating an impactful change in Africa and the whole of Africa. I'm so happy that yesterday we had a brilliant call with the members from South Africa. Really, the thing was so merciful. And today we are having a brilliant call from Kenya. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be having another one from the Ugandan chapter. I see it's very much running at a higher speed. And really let us also continue this course such that we can create something that is more impactful in Africa. Let's coordinate with all members in all channels such that they can be with us. We create something very impactful. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, moderator of the day, for the opportunity. In case Mr. Leo Asim is on the call, please say something to us. Thank you.
Yeah. That was a powerful one from the speaker of the Uganda chapter. Unfortunately, his predecessor is not on the call again. But Mr. Speaker of the Kenya chapter, I want us to hear some words from the new speaker of the South African chapter, Siyabonga Nzima. Then from there we can adjourn. I think we also hear one from Ghana as well, which will just be given by Right Honorable Edmond Jason, then we can call it a day. So quickly, South African speaker, let's hear your closing remarks.
Thank you very much, President, Executive Director. I would like to welcome the Kenyan youth parliamentarian. It's a great honor to attend this meeting, and it's a great honor to see more youth coming in, and hopefully we can continue to see other countries joining across Africa. It's a great privilege and it's a great honor to be part of this big movement. I'm hoping that one day we will be able even to create one super constitution for the whole Africa, so we can advocate for policy change, because Africa has been excluded for so much, for so long time in international bodies. It's not represented, and in many things. So us as the youth, it's our journey and it's our part to make sure that the voice of the youth is heard, the voice of the people in the ground is heard, and the policy that will be implemented will affect and be initiated in national parliamentary and everywhere, so that when we function as one mass body, as one big movement, giving change to the youth, giving promises of betterment for the people of Africa. So I too, I would like to welcome the new Speaker of Kenya, Deputy Speaker, and other companions. I hope this journey will be fruitful. I hope this journey will be great. Let's build a family that will guide us, that will protect us, shield us from the Western imperialism and the England in these European countries that are continuing to suppress Africa and continuing to exploit Africa. Let's be the vanguard of Africa. Let's be the voice of the people in the ground. Let's be the policy advocacy for the people and the catalyst of change in Africa. And hopefully we can build a better future for Africans and the population as a mass. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the South African speaker. Another powerful one day. Let's now hear from Ghana, Right Honorable Edmond Jason. His closing remark.
Thank you very much. On this momentous occasion of the inauguration of a new speaker, we celebrate the unity and spirit of African liberation. As chairman of the National Association of Student Speakers, I'm honored to be part of this. Together, let's champion Pan-Africanism and empowerment, as Parliament embodies the future of Africa, that is, young leaders driving change. This new chapter symbolizes hope for a united Africa, free from colonial shackles, and let's amplify our voices for economic independence, social justice, and self-determination. To the new speaker, lead with vision and unity. Your leadership inspires a brighter Africa. Let's break barriers, forge partnerships, and uplift our people. Together we can build a prosperous Africa, united in diversity.
May it rain. Thank you very much. That was a powerful one from the Ghanaian speaker. Right Honorable Titus, we are in your hands. Adjournment.
Finally, our second sitting and swearing in of new leaders have come to a climax. I want to take this opportunity to thank every one of you, to my fellow honorable speakers from different chapters globally, Thank you for joining us. Thank you for impactful words. For the directors, thank you as well. To the honorable members, the Youth Impact Parliament Kenya chapter. Hope let us do this together. Let us serve these people. At this point, I want to officially adjourn the meeting, and I would beseech Honorable Member Bernice, who also doubles up as the clerk, to close with a word of prayer. Bernice, please.
Thank you for this opportunity. Shall we pray? Dear God, we are thankful for this meeting that you have had. We ask for your blessing as we commence our leadership roles. May you bless everything that we do as leaders, and may you be with us as we depart. And we pray and believe. Amen.
Amen. And I officially call off our second parliamentary sitting, Youth Impact Parliament pilot. You can leave at your own pleasure.